Hello.
Hi.
Happy Monday, and today
Surprise.
is August 21st, and we are
The Sable Stitchers.
If you're new here, welcome. SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy, and this is a video that's mostly about cross stitch, and this is our video number 35.
Woo.
So we are just very excited to be here again. We've just enjoyed reading your comments.
Oh, we had lots of comments this time, and thank you for all the nice comments that you did. And I just feel like we're getting to know each other, and I don't know. So thank you.
Yeah, and if you don't comment, I was just at a retreat. Several people said, "Oh, I watch, but I don't comment," and that's fine
okay.
too, because we like to get to know you, but don't feel. I mean, we don't mean to pressure you to comment. We just enjoy it when we. If you ever have a question, I think that's something we're going to say at the end about.
Hang on, you got a hair.
There. I'm shedding. It's a shedding season.
We're molting.
But if you have a question, or if you have something, that you want us to know, do feel free to comment.
Oh, really? And I get up every morning and read the comments. I don't always write back because I'm so excited to read the next one. But and then at nighttime, I try to go back. You might see some answers at 2 in the morning. But anyway, thank you so much for all your kind comments, and appreciate it. And this is Roberta.
We were just talking about Quilter Station.
Yes,
so.
But Roberta just came back from summer school, so we're kind of doing a back to school a little bit. So I wanted to. Oh, I'm Lenny, and Roberta.
And you can find me on Instagram at Roberta Lyle.
And I'm at L. Eisenberg. I know you probably know, but we have had a lot of new subscribers, and so anyway, and new ones that just popped up. So thank you.
Thank you.
But I had to start with a funny because everybody's going back to school, and this little boy got on the bus, and the mom said, "Of course I'm sad that you're going back to school, because now I have to stay home all alone and get to do whatever I want to do."
Oh my, isn't that the truth? So
anyway, be safe, you guys, going back to school, little kids. Be careful.
Yeah, and watch out for we have a little fly. We
have a little
technical I don't know what we call that.
Oh, it's a bug. See, I'm starting to hit. Okay, guys.
Oh gosh.
Well, tell us all about your adventures.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about what you've been up to the past couple of weeks?
Not near as exciting. I have a 16-year-old now. Luke turned 16 just this past week, and we went out to get ice cream like we always do, but he's a foot taller than I am now, and they're out playing football.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
The weather's awful here.
Very
hot.
I hope they're being careful. And I have to say, Grant had his first date. Date meaning mom took him and his little friend, and she took a little friend. Oh. So 2 girls went, and they went to go get ice cream. And then mom hung out at Target and then went back and picked him up. But anyway, it's just, I don't know. I'm just having, I think of them as babies, and they're not babies anymore. So anyway, it's fun.
Happens fast.
Yeah. So enjoy those little babies.
I know. Yeah, I've just come back from a little over 2 weeks of traveling. I went to Colorado to visit my son and his family, and got to go to Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher Shop. So I have some little bit of haul from there.
Of course.
And then I visited my sister in Ventura, where they just had an earthquake yesterday. It was actually centered in Ojai, but she said that the TV was shaking for quite a while.
Oh, they had all that rain? Did they get all the rain?
I don't think she got very much rain. It was actually the day she picked me up. I flew into Santa Barbara, and the day she picked me up, she had to stop by the road because it was raining pretty heavy. But I don't think we had maybe sprinkles the rest of the time I was there. Then I went to San Diego for a few days to see my other son and his family, and then to the attic I arrived on Friday and I got home this morning, so I'm a little bleary-eyed. If you know, I just don't have really good luck traveling. It seems. I mean, going out to Colorado was just it was a direct flight, so that was good. But leaving Phoenix, our flight was delayed, so for mechanical issues, and we thought we might be affected by the hurricane.
Yeah.
And for those, if anyone who was, our hearts are with you. That's just awful, especially. I mean, I know I think they said it's been 70 years since they've had a hurricane in California.
And I think a foot of rain has fallen. So just everything, the fires. Anyway, our hearts go out to y'all.
Yeah, and then the like I said, in the earthquake, if anyone was affected by that, we hope everyone's okay. But so the flight was 45 minutes getting off the ground, and I was thinking I had a longer lag between my connecting flight in Denver than I did, and when I realized it was going to be like taking off almost as soon as we were landing, I talked to the flight attendant. I think I don't know if he was being smart. The way I heard it is, I'll ask the pilot to fly faster. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Thanks for doing that for me. But be safe, But anyway,
don't stop at any stop signs up in the air.
No, but then as we got closer, they did announce that there were several of us who had like 10 minutes to make connections and to let us off the plane first because we'd have to run for it. Luckily, I did have, good shoes on and,
you didn't wear your high heels,
flip-flops or anything. And so, because this little lady was, as soon as I was off the walkway, I was like running. I was only a few gates away, but it seems like forever. And I got there and the door was closed and I thought, oh, no. And I went up to the gate attendant and showed her my, boarding pass. And she said, we haven't started yet.
Oh,
because I had texted my husband, I said, I think because, usually if they know you're coming and, they'll wait for you at least a little bit.
They haven't started boarding yet?
No, and so.
Oh, you're so pretty.
I know. Well, I was looking on my app and it was never updated because I thought, well, maybe, and I was looking at my app and it never said it. It never said it was going to be delayed. And so I'd called my husband and I said, I'll be home on time, but my luggage probably won't. So anyway, they had a replacement crew that hadn't made it yet, so that was what the delay was there. So we got home a lot later. Luckily, my luggage, they did have time to get my luggage over there.
I don't know how they do that,
and it was amazing.
I don't know how they...
I was very, very impressed that they were able to switch the luggage over that quickly. But, yep, adventures of traveling.
Okay.
It's all good. It was safe. It was a smooth flight, and I got to sleep in my own bed last night, so...
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. Awesome.
All right.
So, do you want to show your book? Do you want to talk about, do you have finishes?
I don't have any finishes, but I did do some new starts, so I have a few whips. I just stitched on a lot of things this week. Nothing got finished, of course. I'm kind of into these bigger ones, and I
joined the club.
I know, and so I either got to throw a small one in or just work harder. But it's just been so hot here, you guys. We had that nice week. I don't know, was it last week?
Yeah, I think.
And I think next week's going to be better. But I got in my car yesterday and it was 119 reading on my thermometer, and it's just hot. So I know you all are dealing with hot too. So, but anyway, where do we want to get started on? You got finishes, or you got to finish?
Yes, I do. So, this is I was working on for summer school. Sherry, Colorado cross stitcher has the cross stitch. Was it? I haven't looked at the hashtag for a while, so I'll have to scroll it here. But I think it's Summer School 2023, Summer Cross Stitch Camp 2023.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's it.
It'll come to me eventually. You're probably all yelling at us, but and so for my August piece, it was Stitch Something New, and I had never stitched anything by JBW Designs before. So I stitched Halloween in the Round. And this was trickier than what you would think.
They are a little tricky.
You really have to count. And so I did this. I finished this when I was in Colorado.
And that's got a lot of little motifs in it, too.
And so that was kind of a blessing, because at the end I had to fudge with the little motifs just to make it all fit. But very, very fun. It was fun to see all those.
And your fabric is great. I know it looked a little brown in there, but it really is a brownish,
pumpkin-y, yeah,
pumpkin-y. That's a word.
Yes. And
well, it's fallish. We're gonna call it pumpkin-y.
Yeah, and I don't think I have my floss right here. You know why? Because I had literally one strand left. I played thread chicken on that one, so I do have that.
Aren't you
on
glad
Instagram.
you didn't waste it along the way, so you had that one little...
Oh, I did. I had to unstitch quite a few things. But so the fun thing was I was visiting our 3-year-old granddaughter, and she was very, very interested in this. So I would poke the needle through and let her pull it up. And she was pretty good. Every now and then she'd pull it and pull the thread out in the needle or whatever, but she really wanted to do that.
That's a start.
And so she came back. I had finished it during the day because she was... I started work. I was doing. I forget. I had maybe a third of it done, and next morning she's like, "You're not done yet."
Mimi.
I know. And so when I did finish it, she came home from daycare, and I showed it to her, and she took it and she laid it on. I think I sent you this video.
Yeah.
She laid it on the ground, and she said, "Mimi finished it." She said, "I'm so proud of you."
Oh my gosh. She's so cute.
I know. So that was that was worth doing. So I might have to send that to them. Finish it, and I'm going to finish it. They show it finished on a pumpkin, and I have one of these I bought last year at Hobby Lobby. So I might do that and send it to her as a little remembrance that she can keep out in the fall. Okay. So, and then I have another finish, and I'll talk about that as part of summer school.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start with some of my whips. This is a new start. I am stitching my windmill sampler. So, and I started at the bottom this time because I wanted to get to my windmill. So, and this is what I've got stitched. Not very much. I just started it a couple days ago. So that's part of the windmill, the door, and part of the bottom. So anyway, not much, but it's sure going to be pretty. So, and this is, again, the windmill sampler from Examplars from the Heart. Okay. Oh, and I'm doing it on 36 count.
That's great.
I can't remember what the fabric is.
That looks smaller than 36 count.
Yeah, but I didn't put it in there. 36 count. Who knows? Oh, I left my fabric at home. For all the called for colors on 36 count. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really pretty. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be really pretty. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I can't wait to do that windmill. That's what I was trying to get done before today. So, but alas, I didn't. Okay.
I don't have one whip.
Okay.
Since I've been traveling, but since the day after we filmed, I took along HL's Moth. This is a piece I really would like to finish this year. I believe I started this as part of Stitch Mania. I think it was in 2019. It was whenever the pattern came out. And I am doing this on the called for, let's see, it is, 40 count Havana. And this was with the called for NPI silks. And I made a good amount of progress on this because this is one that there's a lot of color changes, and
I bet it is.
And so I'm very, very happy with that.
Very good.
And I'm really enjoying. Never got tired of working on it. I was just
I know. I don't get tired of working on the project. I just get tired.
Oh yeah.
This heat has just worn me out.
No, I did a little bit of it in the airport yesterday, a little bit of it on the plane until it got dark, but yeah, I'm hoping to get, like I said, would love to get that one finished and framed this year.
Okay, my next one, and I left the pattern on my stand, so I don't have the pattern. But this is my spooky countdown, and this is what I've got so far.
And that's by Primitive Hare.
Primitive Hare, and this is on Old Salem 36, 30, and it's a 2/2. But it's really cute. Oh, and this is the floss it calls for, and it's DMC. So, okay. I haven't worked on that one, so
It's the Linny Whip Show.
And then my next one is also Halloween. I've got quite a bit in. Oh, sorry.
You are in the mood for
I
Halloween.
am ready for. So here is my Jardin Prive Lady Halloween. Except I'm doing it like that. And I got some of her dress done, some of this side done over here.
I love those colors.
And this is on an 18 count. 10.
Rough? No.
10. Anyway, look at her dress. It's coming down. It's not called for.
That's not the called for.
No. 10 Smith or 10. I'm sorry, guys.
I've heard of 10 rough. I don't know. But
Okay, and it could have been that too. But I'm working down in her dress. So fun. So fun. And she just calls for 3 colors. So black, light orange, and a dark orange. So very striking.
Oh, she's so cute.
And one more Halloween. And this is from last year. I'm going to zip it down here. This is Blackbird and Midnight Watch.
Doesn't seem like that long ago when you were stitching.
I know.
on it.
I was thinking about what to bring. It's like previous finishes. It's like, well, you guys have seen them, but some of you haven't. So when we do our fall and Halloween, I'll bring some of ours. But anyway, I finished the cat. I've got the cat finished. Finished all the alphabet.
Wow.
And so this is done on a 25 count country vintage mocha. Whoops. Hanging threads. So there's my cat. I've got part of the moon done. And I have the borders all done, and I finished the alphabet.
Great.
So, and I've got a little bit of just a little bit of the vines coming down, and a little bit down here too. So I'm hoping to get this done before Halloween. I just love.
You have over 2 months, so.
I know, so I want to do everything else before.
I know.
Okay,
Started
next to the last one.
Oh my gosh. That looks great. I'd love to start it, but I just have too many
I know.
now. I can't even think about it.
This is my Feast of Friendship and the birthday salve for our friend Kay. And I did get quite a bit done. It doesn't look like much, but it's
I think that's a lot of solid stitching on that house.
This is
house
on
I'm impressed by.
my
No
bed
rough.
sheet. I will eventually cut that off. Oh, I'm sorry.
We're really close to I took a shower.
Me too. Okay, so I've got the border done on the top, and then started down the side, and then worked on the house, and then the urn is on this side.
And this is interesting because the house has, what did we say, 3 different blue shades of blue in it?
It's actually 4.
Okay.
No, I think it's just 3.
That's just amazing.
But one of them is not something that you would consider a blue, but it
Okay.
does look blue on here. So I've just got one of the blues in there for right now. And so far, so good. 28 count, I think, mystery linen that was in my stash.
It really looks great on the. You did a. It's a. I think it's just the perfect one for that.
Yeah, it's just. So, anyway.
Someone had big plans for that, though.
Yeah. There's a needle. Get that. So it will definitely give me some more room to do something else on
It
it.
almost reminds me of Weeks Gray.
Yeah. I think the color is kind of tinted, or that's not a word. Kind of gives it that look too. Anyway, okay. So
Awesome.
that's. I've got one more. So
Okay.
you want to?
I don't have any more whips.
Oh, okay. I have one more whip.
I took one more thing with me, but I just got to working on HL's Moth and just wanted to keep going on that one. So
And this one, I have hardly anything on it. Again, these are my brand new starts. Because I didn't have any starts in July. I'm so proud of myself. These are the colors. I kind of tell it's fall. And this is the pattern that I loved. Oops. There we go. So, quick collection. Acorn Alphabet, I think it's called. And, oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I love that.
But
So did you have this? No, I'm sorry. Did you have this in your stash, or was this?
I had it in my stash. I had it since last year.
Okay.
But I don't know how old it is, but
Yeah.
I bought it last year.
Well,
And so they had the little tiny, just the acorn up there at the top.
like a little pillow tuck.
Yeah, isn't he cute?
That
So,
little
but
jack-o'-lantern face. That is really cute.
I had the whole vine done on the top, and I realized I did it in the wrong colors, so I did take it out.
Oh, you didn't, and you didn't like it the way it was.
I didn't like the way it looked.
Okay.
It was too. So, and that's it. But like I said, I had the whole top done, and but I like the dark vine. It was a really light vine, and I go, that just doesn't
Couldn't
seem
see it
right.
very well. Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh, I like that. It's
and
very fun.
I love this. Love that bag. Okay, whew. That's it for the whips.
Okay. I'm not being too helpful. I've been, well, was working on updating my book this morning when I came home. Pretty easy because I knew what I had stitched, and I just added in some of my life events and, who I was visiting and that kind of thing. So that will be a fun reminder.
And I started, I'll show that one sometime later in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got four new starts, and just that one little tree that I showed you, the alphabet, and just sunflowered it up. I love sunflowers in August, so.
And it was, when I looked out the window this morning, I have coneflowers in my backyard, and there were 2 goldfinches on the coneflowers.
Oh, how pretty.
They do eat the seeds, but yes, they were so pretty. That was fun to see.
Oh, I like this one. Roberta and I have been friends for such a long time. I can't remember which one of us is the bad influence. after your story last time.
Well, what is bad,
But you did get a ticket.
in the last video. So you have to go back to get context here. My husband might watch this, so you have to watch what you
I thought
say.
that was funny. I actually picked that one out. So he's always telling me
Thanks,
I'm the bad influence. So, but after our last one,
yeah, that's funny. I was gonna say one fun thing I did with my sister when I was visiting her is we went to the Ventura County Fair, and you years ago we used to go to the Iowa State Fair, and I always loved that, especially like the 4-H building or the Home Arts building. So I was really excited to go into their, I don't know what the name of the building would be, but they had, the knitting and cross stitch and, sewing and all that kind of thing. And if I might insert they didn't have a huge amount of cross stitch, but if I can, I'll insert the photos of the ones that they had on display here in this video here while I'm talking. So it's so much fun. I mean, it's always inspiring. It was, like one of my favorite part of the retreat was any retreat is seeing the brag table and just seeing all the things that people, just
They're so creative.
Yes, just us regular stitchers, what they accomplished. I mean, I'll see if you follow me on Instagram, I did an Instagram story with summary of 2 days of the Attic Summer School, and on the second day I included photos or a video of the 4 brag tables, and it was amazing because one of the pieces was stitched by someone who has just been stitching, I think, what did she say, 2 years, I think? And like one of the first things she did in silk and really was inspiring. And there was a guy there who had just been stitching for 2 years. And he had several pieces that he finished, and it just beautiful. Just beautiful. It's just amazing. So
I was watching Annie B's and the girls this morning, and they had just given a little background, but Belle, hasn't been stitching, but she's stitching on high count linen, and they're both so cute, and they're so sweet to their mom. So
yeah,
I like you girls.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to talk about the attic now, or what?
Yeah, I just have some things to show, but
Some haul.
I only got one haul. Well, let me just, and then you can talk about her. Okay, I just got this at Stitch Club yesterday. So,
Oh, I saw that. I
know
knew
it.
I thought of you.
and I go, there's Ike and Lenny.
I didn't realize I was coming out already, but I guess it came out.
So I did get that yesterday. So I'm so excited to have another start. And I think it was Beth Twist that did a finish on this. Anyway, I got this at Target.
That's so cute.
And then in their dollar spot.
Oh.
So $5. But she had finished a cute finish on the front of it. So I thought that was cute. I got that. And I got my monthly Floss Fix. So those are classic Colorworks and the colors that come with it. She does it
Really
alphabetical.
pretty.
Oh gosh, I just love it. And I got this is from Sweet Autumn. Look at this, you guys. Look at this needle. So Santa's reindeer, which is part of my Christmas Victorian Santa that I'm doing, the Noble Companion. So there's Santa and his reindeer.
And that's good. That's a big ring because that one has a lot.
It has a
of floss.
lot of colors
That's
in it.
perfect for that.
And let's see. And then I got a little freebie. A little teapot. Oops. Oh well.
That's pretty.
There you go. And let's see, what else? Oh, and I bought these at
So did that come with your thread ring? Or
Yeah.
that was nice.
yeah, she's really sweet.
Cloisonne.
From Sweet Autumn. And these are scissors I actually bought at Quilter Station, and I started needle punch. I'm not very good at it, but I'm started needle punch. But Rita had suggested these scissors, and then this is my scissor fob from Kathy Lounsbury. So it's so fun. It's my favorite one. But they sit like this. So whoops, can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see? But they sit flat so you can get real close to your. But I've been using them for cross stitch too, and so when I get to the end of my thread, I can weave it through and then cut it so it looks really, really nice in the back. So anyway.
So do you use that on the back of the piece, like when you're done with a certain color thread? Okay.
And this is, so like I said, I got it at Quilter Station, but I don't know if you can. But anyway, I really like them.
What are they called? So what are they called?
Famore, 4-inch. They're a double curved.
Double curve, okay.
Embroidery applique scissors.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I love them. So
okay.
Got that. And, I went antiquing. This. I
love old ledgers.
I did find a needle punch, and it's a long sunflower. And I just thought it would be so cool on it. But as I opened this up, this dates back.
Oh my gosh.
I know. January 29th. Well, I think it actually starts with 1897. Help me hold this up. So look at all the entries and dating back from 1897. I think that was the first one.
So it must have been like a general store or
because
and then
they wrote
something.
And they wrote cash, and they wrote their name, and that they.
And the handwriting's always so beautiful in these.
Saturday, Idaho, and then 1897. So anyway, I got that for a finish. So, we talk about book finishes, but I think
that's beautiful.
I think this is. I'm also doing a train case, and I thought I might take out
some
a page and kind of decorate my box with that. But isn't it fun? So, all right, and then one more thing that we received as a gift, and we want to show is these little wood carvings. It's from the Plaid Moose. And gosh, you guys, they're all numbered.
Nice quality. They're very,
very, very cute.
Well done.
And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with these.
Very descriptive.
Okay. And they do have this postcard too.
Not descriptive. Very detailed.
Detailed. And these are all the ones that they have. So, but I'll tell you more about this later. Okay, I'm done. Now I want to hear all about the attic.
Gosh, this is so exciting. So this was my first trip to the attic, my first time at summer school, and it was interesting because I think there was 120 people participating in summer school, and Jean Lee, who's the owner of the attic, said, if this is your first time, raise your hand. It was probably a third of us were first time.
Oh. That's exciting.
Huge number of us, and then there are so many of us that she wanted to take our picture. So I don't know if she's going to put that on Facebook or whatever.
I saw it on.
Oh, did
I
you?
saw it on Facebook.
Wasn't that a big group?
It was awesome.
That's what it was. As we were all first timers. So I arrived on Friday. I know a lot of people arrived on Wednesday or Thursday, but I was coming from visiting my grandkids, and so and I wasn't familiar with the schedule, and so I just went ahead and arrived on Friday. They actually have a shuttle. If you are going in the future, this is good to know. They have a shuttle that goes from the hotel where the event is held to the airport for free. So, I just got in. I called the hotel, and she checked with the shuttle driver, and she said, well, he's taking some people to the attic and taking someone somewhere else, and so he'll be there in like 45 minutes. So I was like, okay. So I got something to drink, and I was, heading up got my luggage. I was heading up the escalator to go check out, a shop that I had seen, and I get a call, and it's the shuttle driver. He's like, I'm 2 minutes away. I'll be there. I was like, okay, get back on the escalator, go back down, and go out, and
that's what the kids do.
Pick me up. I know. And so
look at that cute bag.
I know. And so, got to the hotel, spent a few hours stitching just with people who were there, and then the doors open, I think about 5, and you go in and you get your table, and the very first thing they pass out is a very stitched folk bag.
Look at this.
Isn't that pretty? And so I believe the design, I think what I heard is the design was created by Vicki Jeanette from Needlework Press, and then she sent that on to Barry, and then Barry coordinated all the fabric.
Look at that.
And then, yeah, look on, just beautifully made, wonderful size. I just like how, I like it's, you know, got good body for protecting your stitching. Really pretty interior.
Adorable.
So that was,
And it's got alphabets on it.
yay. Yes, I love it. So that was the first thing we the first gift we received at summer school. And then I think I have this in the right order. If I'm not, it's close. But on Friday night we had 2 people presenting. Actually, maybe Scarlet House was first. I think Tanya from the Scarlet House was the first one who did her presentation. And we got this pattern, which was based on an antique. And then, you know, usually they will also give you a small that you can do.
We love little birds.
Aren't those in the
Little nests.
So, and you can see it, this was from us. This was, the original was stitched, I believe she said, in Pennsylvania. And you can see it has Quaker motifs. You know, that's a Quaker motif, that's a Quaker motif. You know, just some of these others are just Quaker motif. It doesn't say it was a Quaker sampler, but it's definitely, it's not a Quaker, it's Quaker inspired. I think those W baskets are a Quaker motif too. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, got that. And then for the small, and many people were working on this beautiful little pincushion drum. And we also received,
Everything.
yes, we got the base for the drum, the linen, and this is,
Is that straw?
this is
No, Sindhu.
sand dune, yes, 40 count sand dune from Lakeside. Yeah, pretty.
It'd be pretty.
That's very pretty. I love the way that feels. And then we got all the floss and on the floss ring. So, and then
got a button.
well, yeah. Tanya has a funny story about how at one point she bought a huge amount of buttons. I'm sorry for the crinkling. Huge amount of buttons. So this is the second project I've had from her where she includes the buttons. So that she's whittling down her very large stash of buttons, apparently. Second presenter on Friday was Vicki and Megan Jeanette from Needlework Press. This got a little bent somewhere. And so, again, this is based on an antique sampler. This is the antique, and then that's the reproduction.
Boy, that looks
And
really
so,
close.
yeah, Vicki had a very interesting presentation on parrots and the meaning of parrots and samplers and just, you know, just what the parrot motif means can represent throughout, you know, years. And I mean, it goes back to like BC days. So that was very interesting. And I won't show you, but on the back there is a little design, and she gives you a piece of perforated paper.
Oh.
And
Okay, other one.
and you have an option to, and you know, and that's something, if somebody gives me a little perforated paper piece, that's the first thing I'm going to do. So
That's perfect.
yeah, I adapted mine and made it a little memento of summer school, and it took longer than it should because I used a lot of the letters that were, you know, in this, but they didn't have like a capital S, they didn't have numbers, so I kind of did
You did good.
just kind of winged the numbers, and Vicki said they were quirky, so she's like, they're quirky. I kind of like them, so I'm gonna leave them like that. And so I need to trim away the edges. We have some green kind of wool for the backing, and so I'm going to finish it into a little pocket, and then she gave us all rewards and merit cards, you know, personalized rewards and merit cards that I can put in that pocket as a little memento of the event. And then it came on this beautiful thread card, and these are, you know, with silks in honor of being at the attic. And so she walked us through the colors, because some of them you can see they're very close together in shades, but she walked us through putting that together. So that was a lot of fun. So that was Friday night. Phew. And I think let's
Get
see.
right on that, Rose.
Okay. No, I do want to get it finished this week. It shouldn't take very long because, you know, you just cut
you got it
away the
stitched.
edges.
Yeah.
And then Megan, they had a sample there, and Megan finished it 3 different ways. She used a blanket stitch on one side, a straight stitch on another, and then just a running stitch on the third. So, you know, there's all different ways you can finish it. And so
I love the pink and the green.
yeah, isn't that pretty?
It just really,
It kind of pops.
it really does.
And I think I'll probably just do the running stitch on the edge because that also adds another little decorative kind of touch. So, okay, thank you. And, you know, and then you get lovely gifts from your table mates and from other people. And so I was lucky enough to be at the table with Diane, the woodpecker's daughter, and is her Instagram name.
Oh,
and all of us at the table got these little pockets.
Oh, gosh.
Get into them. Oh, beautiful bag. She had these in a variety of fabrics, so thank you. So I was filling it up with little goodies already.
Beautiful. Pin. Oh, gosh, that's pretty.
And that, I'm not remembering who that was from. I knew I should have wrote her name down when she came around, but I'm so sorry.
And Dottie.
Yes.
Thank you, Dottie. Thank you for thinking of me.
Lisa Curtin has cute little floss cards. Adorable.
Oh, look at that.
Pin holder.
How cute.
And pin with that, just a really pretty little flower topping.
Oh, that is so cute.
And then I think this is a little waxer. I haven't even opened this yet. I'm going to keep things together. A little sheep waxer. That cute.
They're so cute.
That is.
I don't want to use them. They're too
I know,
cute.
you just want to have a bowl with them on display.
Also, thank you, Woodpecker's daughter, for sharing. I really appreciate it.
Susan, and she is I Love 3 Corgis on Instagram, gave us these beautiful floss tags.
Can't ever have too many.
No, you can't. And this is a nice shape. I think this is really
I do like that.
a very handy shape. It has a good amount of room on the back for your floss. And what I've been doing lately is also include my whatever the icon is for that. So that makes it easier rather than having to flip back and forth. Just look for the icon as long as I can,
Draw it.
and put it on the right place. And then it also is, So thank you. Those are very, very, you're right. You can never have enough, but too many of those. Carolyn Clifford, thank you. Carolyn was our table mate, and she is, of course, Stash Sisters and works at the attic. And she's always very kind and gracious when I've, called in with an order or a question. So, so she has this little zipper pull, and then she had little words, and you could pick whatever word you wanted. So I got my nails done when I was visiting my son. They had Enzo was in daycare, so I just walked over one afternoon to get him done. And I swear I wasn't out of the parking lot, and I dinged one up already. But otherwise, it's just nail polish. I didn't get the gel, and otherwise it's sticking very well. And someone else,
ow.
Isn't that adorable?
Very.
Gave me that, so thank you. Trisha, and she is PREB409 on Instagram. Her husband's a beekeeper.
Cool.
And so we've been longtime Instagram friends. It was a delight to meet her, and so she gave us the honey, and then we also got, seems to be a theme here, natural beeswax. Look how cute that is. And that's crafted by Angie.
Cute, cute.
Aren't those pretty? I mean, you just need a bowl with them on
I know,
display.
that's exactly it.
And then you saw the cards from Dottie Crisp stitching with Stitch and Scotty. So we've gotten to know her through several
Dottie.
retreats, and it's always good to see her again. One of my other table mates was Mrs. Flossie.
Oh, hi, Amy.
So, and she gave us those. So thank you. Very talented. I picked up one of her patterns when I was there, and then got to meet Felicia, Ozark Mountain Stitcher, had beautiful floss cards.
Hi, Felicia.
It was nice to meet you, and I think we've run across each other before at Quilter Station, but there's so many people that it's hard to get. So it was nice to put a face with a name and get to visit with you a little bit. So on Saturday, I believe the first presentation was by the amazing Katie Strachan.
Oh, yes.
And she did such a wonderful job. She took a housewife that had been I think it was her great-great-grandfather's, and the provenance around it was that he had carried it when he was in the Civil War.
Oh.
And she just took that and did a whole presentation on, what it was like for the soldiers when they came back from the Civil War, and what his life was like in the Civil War. He was part of, what did they call it? I think it was kind of like a Corps of Engineers. And, so he was pulled from he was part of the Illinois regiment, like a Northern Illinois regiment, and he was pulled from that to be part of this engineers brigade. And as a result of that, it might have saved his life, because they went on to be part of this Illinois regiment, went on to be part of the Battle of Chickamauga, and had a very high rate of fatalities. Mm-hmm. So he was very lucky that way. There was another harrowing escape where a lot of the men working in a certain area were captured and everything, and were reported killed. And his engineer group was reported as being part of that. And so they think that for some period of time, people thought he had probably died, and it turned out that they had been working somewhere else and had managed and were not captured. So a lot of just really amazing, kind of luck of the draw kind of thing. And then she just talked about what it was like for them after they returned. And, it was just so interesting and so well researched, and she was able to look at the fabric used in the housewife and extrapolate who might have created it. And one of her ancestors, I think it was her great-great-grandfather's sister, was listed in the census as being a seamstress. So obviously the talent goes way back, in the family. So it was just, I just love
fascinating.
it.
Yeah.
It does, because I've been at antique shows before where I'll see that, a little housewife like that. It would never occur to me, oh, that was probably carried by a man in the Civil War. I would just think that was, belonged to a woman in the 1800s, and just to have that little bit of history and know it meant so much to him that he kept it preserved.
Show the sticker.
And so this was the bag that we got our project in from Katie, with the sticker. And she took the inspiration from the housewife and did the things they kept is what she entitled it. And so it's a pillow, and there's you cut out and kind of applique a wool star to some, I think it's silk fabric. Very beautiful fabric. And then, ooh, I know. Oh, this is that's the backing fabric. I'm sorry, that's the fabric that the piece is appliqued on. This is the backing of the pillow. It's very reminiscent of the fabric that was used on the housewife. And And then here's the wool felt that you use for the appliques themselves.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it includes that. It includes all the beads. It includes this beautiful, let's see, a Versois silk. So that's something that
so
I need
special.
to spread out, I think, because the little, what do you call these? The little
Sequins?
Yeah.
Or kind of buttony?
Yeah, I think they're sequins. I
Yeah.
think the sequins are different size. I mean, I think it's going to take some thought to get them on and have it look. I mean, she makes it look easy, but she's definitely very, very gifted, and it was just such an honor to meet her and to have a chance to do one of her projects. And she had
the
a
booklet is
yeah,
it's fascinating.
she had a piece on display in a display case at the attic. It was a beaded basket that was amazing. Okay, thank you. Oh. So that was Saturday.
Saturday
And then
there was
a pop-up shop. It had needle minders. It had all kinds of sewing accessories. There was little pin cushions and little bitty cups and everything, and there was little jars of buttons with some little decorative object on top. There were little boxes, cardboard boxes. There was just the level of craftsmanship was just amazing. So I was trying to be good, but my table mates were coming back with these cute little needle minders, so I got a couple little needle minders.
Well, those are perfect.
Aren't those cute? From
You like those little tiny ones.
yeah, Nancy's. And I think that's Nancy from 5 Times Blessed was our presenter
Love
on
this.
Sunday. Nancy Mills.
This would be so pretty with my Delft.
Yes. Well, you can have that one. That was a
You
good one.
keep that.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I was going to ask you
That's-
which one you wanted, but
Oh.
that's okay.
it's for
They're
all my
pretty.
windmills and that's alphabets and that's what I missed.
And then we also got a needle minder from the attic that was at our table on Saturday. And then we also got a mug. Isn't that adorable?
Yay. Is that a sampler?
Yes. I think this is Jean's.
Oh, that's
one of
Jean's. Yep,
Designs.
from the attic. Or
And
her
a lot
attic.
of the gals from the attic have name tags, and they have they're red and and they're hand stitched and they're gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So I would love to do something like that. So then on Saturday Saturday we heard from Nancy Mills, and she gave us this wonderful notebook. I think she said that
Oh, that's nice.
the notebooks for all of us weighed 500 pounds. Because this is
Sure,
very-
yeah, that's a good weight to
I
it.
had lunch with her on Sunday, and I asked her if this is 365 pages in this, because I don't know, it might have enough for. My goal is to, and then so we got perforated paper piece that can go on the front. You can do this and do the decoration, put it on the front of your notebook, and she gave us instructions for attaching it. So my goal is to get this done by the end of the year, so it'll be ready for 2024.
Okay. And you can write in it every day.
Yes, it's gonna manage time. And so her theme was, may our hearts and needles always be full. And she talked about what an inspiration her mother was. Her mother was a very accomplished needlewoman, Barry, and it gave her a lot of joy. And so she was one of these moms who had a lot of really inspiring sayings. And so a lot of her sayings were too long to fit on the.
I love the
on
red
the pattern.
flowers and
Yeah.
the blue vase.
Yeah, and Kim had started that. She just was really into that. I have another idea. I was almost wondering about combining the parrot that Vicky did, because I love the parrot. Maybe putting the parrot on the front. I'll have to see how that the numbers would work, but I was thinking about maybe combining them both that way. This was also part of the pop-up shop, and then I gave you the strawberry, I think. Is that not in your bag, or if not, I'll go look for it. But they had strawberries and these cute little tomatoes.
I do. I'm sorry, I did not say. Oh, cute.
Because you are the.
I love strawberries.
So little wood strawberry.
Oh, thank you.
And then the rest, I think, is haul. So. Oh no! One more thing. I love these pins. Look at these
gosh,
pins.
those are pretty.
Are those not gorgeous? That was a Minnie McBean, like frippery, needlework fripperies, and that was another gift from the attic.
Oh my goodness! Let me see that.
I know, isn't that pretty? So the meals were great. We had dinner Friday night, lunch Saturday. We had a charcuterie kind of appetizer Saturday night, and then Sunday. And then they had breakfast every morning, and then Sunday we had lunch. And then that was it. People went back to the shop, went to the airport, stayed and stitched, just a variety of things. But it was,
did some stay up late stitching? Or was it?
I don't know, because it was, we were there until 9, and
I guess with it starting later.
Yeah, so I don't know if people came down and stitched. By 9, I was ready to kind of wrap it up, and
especially after flying.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. I was ready to get some sleep. So, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I feel like I got a little bit of stitching done. So a lot of chatting, a lot of inspiration, and then Saturday night also they had the what is it called? Sharon Show. I think that's what something like that. So people would they had like 4 tables, and people would put their finished goods out on the table. And then Amy, Mrs. Flossie, was the MC of the event, and she would stand by the table, and she would hold the piece up, and the person would come explain, what the history was with that. And, for like one lady, it was her first sampler ever, and it was like a really big one and just amazing. And what linen they used and all that kind of thing, and how long it took some of them, how long it took them. So that was very inspiring. And I didn't take really good notes this time, but I did take a picture of someone. I'll have to insert the picture here. There was a lady from out east, and I'm sure she's well known, and I'm sorry it was my first time meeting her, but she did these little 3-dimensional cabins, and she was going to do a series of them, and they look like little cabin-shaped pin cushions. And I mean, you have to be like an engineer to figure out all the dimensions on that. And if you don't go there, and you always hear people say, oh, Jean got me stitching on 50 count or 56 count or whatever. You go there and you see these little masterpieces that are like this big, and they're so beautiful. You do. I got 2 pieces of 46 count.
I was just saying, you want to try it because
Yes.
they're just so sweet when they're finished, because they're just so tiny.
Hey friends, I realized yesterday after Lenny left that I had totally forgot to mention one of the projects that we received at the attic, and I didn't want to forget that. A couple other things I wanted to mention about the retreat, so I just wanted to pop back on here by myself and just go through those things so that you can have a little more complete picture of what the experience was at the attic this past weekend. So Sunday morning we had one more presenter, and that was Linda Vincent from Needlemade Designs, and I love this project, so I'm really sorry I forgot to mention it yesterday. She gave us, if you have ever taken a class or had an experience working with Linda before, she loves the Scottish samplers, and this was no exception. She gave us the pattern for this beautiful sampler, and it's called Catherine Shearer 1829. So isn't that gorgeous? Of course, this is based on an antique. She had the antique there. And what was really interesting about this, you don't always find this, on the back of this sampler, the frame piece that she has, it included the genealogy of the lady who stitched the sampler. So that was really interesting. And she talked about how, the blue roof comes from slate that's found only in a certain location in Scotland, and so interesting. And then we also received a pattern for this adorable drum, and I can't show you the inside, but a lot of really cute motifs. She talked about how to make the drum. We received all the supplies. We received the linen for that, and then the silk, or the silk for the top and bottom of the drum. And let's see, what is the linen? The linen is, this is button box linen. So this will be my first time working with the button box linen, so I'm really excited about that. That was not the color. Yes, that's the color. That's the colorway. It's Button Box by Mason Linen. So received all the supplies to do this, and it's beautiful. I love that color. So I think I got 2 lighter versions of that color that I showed previously. We got the little base for the drum, so if that's something you might be interested in, that's available through Hobby Lobby. Cute little base. Another gift I forgot to mention, I had the privilege of sitting at the table with Amy, Mrs. Flossie, and she gave us all these adorable little strawberries and floss tags. So thank you, Amy. I love my floss tags, and these are so pretty. So they say, stay flossy, my friends. So thank you for that. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, I felt I'd be remiss if I didn't, is that Jan Hicks was also part of the show and share Saturday night. She was not attending the retreat, but she happened to be in Phoenix at the same time, and she had brought a recent acquisition of hers into the attic and showed it to Jean Lee, and Jean Lee asked if she would come and share it with all of us at the retreat as part of the show and share Saturday night. So it was a band sampler, a Saxony band sampler from the 1700s in really fantastic condition. And one of the interesting things is some of the motifs were upside down, so she was speculating about why it would have been stitched that way. And the other amazing thing was that when she took it out of the frame, that it was reversible. The back was one of those samplers that was stitched so that it could be viewed from either side. So just an amazing acquisition. I don't think that was mentioned. I think she got it through an online auction. It wasn't mentioned as part of the auction because whoever was selling it probably didn't even know that. And just fantastic. I've never bought a sampler online, but it really tempts me because it was just amazing. So
I was going to tell you something. Sarah, well, you probably don't know that she was a cheerleader.
Oh, okay.
But she was a cheerleader. And again, first day of school, boys are out to catch the bus. Well, she decided to put on her cheerleader uniform and bring her pom-poms out like, yay, they're going back to school. And the boys are like, Mom, don't embarrass me.
Oh, seriously? Oh, I thought this was a joke.
No, it was a joke. Oops, sorry. I love when I can get her.
I am so gullible. I am just so gullible.
Oh, she would die.
Well, I can see boys saying that, though, so.
They're all driving.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's true.
But say, too, before Roberta continues, I want to say hello. When I was at Stitchy Club yesterday, or day before yesterday, 2 people were in the store that recognized me and asked about Roberta. And so I want to say hello to Jeanette and her daughter Jill. And I'd also like to say hello to Wendy. Jeanette and her daughter were from Kentucky, and they were kind of driving through doing a road trip. So we just happened to be at the store, and so she recognized us or recognized my voice. And anyway, so
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say hi to
From
you
Kentucky,
girls.
wow.
And Roberta is back.
Yay. Sorry I missed you. So,
Okay.
all right. Okay, so the rest of this is haul. And I started out being so good because you walk into the attic. I went late Friday. There's also a bus, if you have not been to summer school before, there's a bus that runs from the hotel to the attic, and they said it's about 5 minutes. I said, well, can I walk? And it's like, no, and it's much farther than you would think, so you definitely want to take the bus.
We got down to like 50% humidity, and oh my God, it just felt like there was no humidity. But it's back.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I felt as soon as we got off
I thought about you coming from
airport.
Colorado, and I was just wondering how.
Colorado was hot, although my son said it was cooler when I was there. So, I mean, we had the windows open the whole time, and I know, the nice cool mornings. So, so my first stop was, like I mentioned, I went to Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher's new shop in Loveland, and picked up a few things. This was a piece that she was, this was, I think, from her personal collection, and it's designed by Jean Lee, called Chocolate Sampler.
Eating chocolate is like friends giving yourself a hug. Aww.
And of course in red. So
Oh, that's really cute.
I picked that one up. And I got you the Dutch letters
yes.
one. I was not familiar with that one, but it's Dutch and it's an alphabet, and it just kind of screamed Linny. Then I had mentioned that our stitching group wanted to do a stitch along where everyone picks out one of these heart in hand tiny town pieces and does it. And so I had picked out Honey of a Town and got the fabric.
Oh, that's pretty fabric.
I got the fabric and the floss for that when I was at Sherry's shop. So like that. This is, and the floss or the fabric that I'm thinking about doing it on is, I think this is pretty. It's called Prehistoric, 36 count Prehistoric. And
That's beautiful fabric.
Yeah, who's that by? FFC. Fibers. Forbidden Fiber, maybe?
Oh, could be.
Forbidden Fiber? Anyway, I thought that was really pretty with those colors. The blue, I think the blue and the gold will really pop on that. So, and then I had this pattern. I bought this pattern a while ago from Sherry. And I got this Atomic Ranch Sequoia from Quilter's Station. And so I took them both because I wanted to get the floss to go with this. And she has a very nice selection of silks. So I got NPIs. Oh, I got one of them in there, so I don't have them all here. And I met, thank you, Doris and Sherry, for meeting me there and for helping me make a decision on many of these colors. We kind of agreed that we liked, for the colors, this NPI silk. This is 992 for the lighter color, and for the dark, Soie de Gire, 1841.
Oh, wow.
And Sherry, we also talked to Sherry. Sherry said she's combined them on projects and that it should work fine. So got that ready to go. And then I also had taken this Study in Blue that I got at the Annex when I was at StitchCon. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the called for colors on it, and so I pulled a number of blues. And again, I appreciate the input from Sherry and Doris. I decided on Classic Colorworks Summer Blue.
Ooh,
and I'll have to look through my stash to see what linen I might have for that. But
Oh, that's a
little
nice
bit different.
variegation.
I like the variegation on that. It's a little bit darker, I think, but you know, as I look at this, what appeals to me is kind of the contrast and the darkness. So
I think I think that'd be perfect.
that would be pretty. So that was my purchases from Colorado Cross Stitcher, and then in advance I had asked the attic to kit up to pull the flosses for the Vanity Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am planning to use what is this? Seraphim Antique Lace. And here's the flosses for that.
And silks.
The silks.
Yeah.
I love those colors. And then I was watching the Attic's Flosstube, and they were talking about Jean Lee. Well, Jean Lee was talking about the color conversion she did for Let Know, Net, and Snare, and her colors were based on the antique. And I don't know if it was this pic. I don't remember now because it's been over a month since might have even been a couple months since I saw it. If it was the picture, or if, you know, they might have had the real antique in their shop. And it made sense to me what she was saying, because I am drawn to more of the antique colors. And so they pulled, she has a page with the color conversion on it. So if you are interested in learning more about that, I'd look at their video and see why she chose the colors she did and see if that would be for you. I was going to do this on American Chestnut. I have 36 count American Chestnut, and they pulled 100 threes for me. Is that 100 threes?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw the 103 on that.
Yeah, 100 threes.
Yeah. What a great collection.
And I think this is missing a couple maybe, but that's what they have so far. So,
Okay.
So those are the ones I had kitted up. And then I was watching some of Nicola's past videos, and I was really, really wishing I had Lucy Navier, and been trying to find it online. I thought I had ordered it from a shop, and apparently it just, I don't know what happened, it just never came through. So I was really excited to see that they still had a stock of these at the attic. So if this is something you'd be interested in getting, because this is a Queen of May pattern, and they only make a limited number of these, and when they're done, they're done. So
that's some grass down there at the bottom.
That is great. There it is, you know. And what's the stitch count? 463 by 495. So
you go, girl.
Yeah. But isn't that gorgeous? And look at that book. I mean, this is a very thick book. So I mean, just to read about that'd be very good. And then I've kind of been going down the Gigi R rabbit hole, and just, you know, I just get excited whenever I see someone stitching a Gigi R pattern, and I really like this polka dot polka dot car.
I love the bottom of that.
Isn't that amazing? And so what is this one? This one is
378
by 434.
You're crazy.
Well, look, but those are kind of sparse up there, right?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah, okay.
Yeah, look at that's not bad. I mean, you get, you know, I mean, but that just makes it the design on the bottom. Isn't that gorgeous?
Well, I'd start on the bottom for sure and work up. That way it's like, oh, this is a piece of cake.
Yeah. Well, and then I have been kind of drawn in by the Red Deer sampler, and then I saw the pattern in the shop, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know about this.
But finished.
Well, then they had the show and share, and I'm blaming Diane at our table for this because she said she had just kind of gotten back into stitching and came into the attic, and she was going to kit up the Red Deer sampler, and she picked the pattern, and they were like, and did you want to do it on silk? And she was like, sure, well, why not? So she did it, and oh my goodness, it is so stunning.
If you
see it in
finished.
person, yes. And I know Glenna from our group did it, and yeah. And I think, maybe she's pulling my leg, but she said that this was not a hard stitch. So because this is only 264 by 260.
Oh, that's a small.
Yeah. Just a petite one. And then I saw, let's see, Ray Niles was working on this at the Farm Girl gatherings, and it is so beautiful. And they had, she had the model there, and yeah, so I've been wanting to pick up this pattern. Because, I mean, the little spaniels are
That's
just
what I was
adorable.
trying to, little doggies.
And the Solomon's Temple, and I tell you, these orange flowers are just gorgeous, and I like the quirkiness about how this would just kind of, because that's how they do sometimes. Some of them just grow out to the side. So
I like that to where it's just. Oh, Pip is having the time of her life. The cicadas are out, and no, she eats them. So I don't know. Well, she gets them, and then when they don't buzz anymore, then it's like on to another one. So such a dog.
I didn't see those for years, but I remember one time I was in the Walmart parking lot and I had my window down.
Those are gross.
And all of a sudden I heard bzzz, like by me. I was like freaking out. It was on my neck.
Oh. And we're
They
just talking
don't
about this
bite. They don't bite.
But they're prehistoric. I think.
And I love the sound. I love hearing them in the
At
summer,
nighttime, sitting outside.
Yeah.
Briefly.
And then we also saw the model for this, the Ribbon Thief by Mrs. Flossie. Isn't that adorable?
I
this
love
is
that.
So pretty. So wanted to pick that piece up.
Oh, I might have to have that one.
I know, isn't that great?
I love that. I like anything with a crow. And the pumpkin. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a must. The Ribbon Thief.
Well, if you want to, I probably won't get to that this year. If you want to work on that this year.
Maybe in a little bit.
Okay. I believe this was a design from Summer School 2022. And those who attended last year, I believe, got a copy of this year. And then they also had them in the shop. They had it with the silk kit, and but they sold out of them. So I did pick up the design because I love a good muted design. The colors are just so stunning on this, and it's just seeing it with the floss was just.
I have all these colors.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, I love that. I don't know the history behind this. I don't know if there's a little more about it in here or not, but look, it has those beautiful swans, has a little ship.
I like the motifs.
So yeah, aren't they sweet? I love the little houses in the corners. The border is gorgeous. The alphabet, boy, it has everything you could want.
Do you suppose that's just stitched outline?
It looks like it.
It looks like the house is actually the color of the fabric.
Mm-hmm. So
I'll save you some stitching.
Yeah. And then, I love these mini McBean fripperies, and that one is from, what is that from? Oh, that's Campbell. Too, and someone was saying it was a lot of fun to stitch that one, and if you watch Nicola's videos, she'll talk about how each of the little charms on these floss rings have meaning related to the design, and so it's just beautiful. She just has such beautiful charms on her pieces, and then of course I wasn't going to get any linen.
Oh yeah, you were really good.
I know. Like the first day I came back, you know, with just hardly anything, but like by yesterday it was like no holds
I want it
barred.
all. It's like kind of like with the air
It's like my last chance.
It's like
I might not be back for a year.
True. Like the air conditioner, the wife says, turn it up. I think it was Carol that said this.
Oh.
And her husband says, you mean turn it down? You know, you want it hotter, you want it colder. It's like, you were good. It's
relative, yes.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Oh, so this was my first linen purchase.
Like
they had
that.
40 because I waited until.
Is that the same piece? It's got a little bit, or is there two pieces?
No, that's just one piece. In
Oh, I
there.
like
it's
the
just
green
the
mark.
coloring.
Oh.
It, you know, so I waited till Friday late afternoon to go
So I
over.
went
I wasn't-
over.
and it was so by Friday afternoon, people were gathering to, you know, get ready to go into the stitching room, and there was probably 5 of us in the shop. So, you know, but it was overwhelming for me being the first time in there. It's like, you know, it's
You
just
need a
jam-packed.
friend. You need a babysitter.
So,
You need a good influencer.
Yes. So this is, you know, I
Gosh,
came back
that's-
with the frippery.
I love
this
that.
is Endora by Needle and Flax, 40 count. Isn't that pretty?
I love it. I love it.
And they had a new fabric dyer called Mason Linen. And if you saw the Instagram post, I have a whole sheet of information about them. But they will take a color and they'll do like 4 shades of this certain color. And so they had these really pretty packets of linen, and it would be all 4 shades in this certain color, and it would be tied with a ribbon. And I think they had maybe 2 of those bundles left when I got there on Friday and Saturday or something.
And you got them?
No, I did not. I did not get that because I was being good at first. But then yesterday morning, I think at our luncheon or when we were getting ready to go lunch, Jean Lee mentioned they got another shipment of linen from Mason, and they were just putting out individual pieces. So I did go ahead and I got 2 pieces of 46 because, like I said, you know, I was influenced, and I got, so they're a little lighter. This one's called, it's Button Box, I guess is the name, and this is the medium light version. Isn't that really, really pretty? It's not modeled. It's just very
Seems
like it has a very nice weight.
Nice linen.
And this is Button Box Light. Very nice neutral. So that was both in 46, and I got fat quarters of that. And then Fox and Rabbit had some out, and I saw this. This is reading dark gray in this light, but it's really kind of a blue-green.
Oh, that's funny because over there it did look gray, and then when you brought it
Well,
over
it
here,
is winter wren. It looked
and now it looks
blue-green.
kind of green.
Yeah, it looks really blue-green in
Now
the store.
it kind of gives a purple cast in the camera.
I know, it's really funny. It's
I like it.
well, so it's just it's so interesting how in different lights things can look so different. I'll have to see how it looks under, you know, my outlight. And what I had in mind for this was the peacock, the badger, and the unicorn. And because Bren was there, and he was working on it, and he was doing it on the eucalyptus, and then Kim, the contented needleworker, is doing it on another piece of Fox and Rabbit that is more gray. And so I saw this in the shop, and I thought, I think that would be really, because you can see here,
It takes on so many different colors.
blue-green. And so they were in this, I'm drawing a blank. What's Bren's wife's name? Karen, yes. Very sweet. They were so sweet. They were in the shop. And so I brought this over to them. I said, what would you think about this for the peacock and the badger? And he said, so this is 40 count winter wren. I think I said that. And he said, well, that's kind of I think that'd be perfect. That's, you know, kind of a blend between what I'm doing it on and what Kim's doing it on. So hers is more gray, I think. So that was what I was thinking, because if you're, I'm sure you're familiar with the pattern. I don't, most people are choosing to get a dark color linen so you don't have to stitch that background, that killer background. So that was my thing.
I bought.
So that's all I got.
That's all you got. I'm so proud of you. You were a good girl.
And someone said something about they had, packed their suitcase and, they had like a little extra room in it. And it's like, well, you need to fill that up so your suitcase isn't jiggling. You don't want that stuff jiggling around in there. I tell you, I could barely lift the suitcase up to, but I must have been.
Did you? Were you able to check it?
I was able to check. Must have been underweight, so that was good.
Oh, this was like your fabric. I got some Fox and Rabbit hug bristle. I think that's what I'm doing my windmill sampler on it. I love that.
That pretty.
Oh, I love that fabric. So I got 36, and I'm not having any trouble with
that's
hug
good.
bristle at all.
Well, and that's what they said. I said, "Oh, do you think I'll be able to see it?" And I felt like even in the shop light, I can see the holes better than I could on the black.
I mean, I have to use a hoop, but using a hoop, it just kind of opens it up a whole lot. Well, somebody was telling me that they had gone to an antique shop or something, and they found a sewing box or something, but inside the sewing box was some notions and also was a queen hoop. I know. So I know. You hunt and hunt and hunt for one, and then they didn't even know what was in there. Anyway, so we were talking about hoops, and I says, well, I use a hoblob. And they go, I've never heard of a hoblob before. Hobby Lobby. Made it sound, but queen hoblob. But anyway, can you imagine just, she got it for, minimal amount of money, and there was a queen hoop in the inside.
That's amazing.
Unfortunate. I don't get that lucky. Okay.
One of these days you might. You just never know.
I keep looking in sewing boxes just in case. So
I do too. Yeah.
You never know. And then, then if it's a neat sewing box, I'll buy it anyway just because. Well, you got big plans?
I do want to do a couple of finishes. And then we are planning to be back in 2 weeks and talk about our fall stitching plans. Like you can see, Lenny's already pretty much in full fall mode.
I'm there. I think I'm there. So most of my stuff is.
I'm excited. I can't believe it's just September is
I
just.
know. It will. Yeah.
6 days away.
So
it's amazing.
I looked at my calendar for this week, and I have something every single day. So it's like I'm retired, folks. I know. How do I get so busy?
Well, it's like people said, how you're busier when you're retired. It's like, wow, it's like, where's the time gone since it's just flown by?
Well, we've got our retreat coming up, Quilters Retreat's coming up here in September. So I showed you these two little guys from the Plaid Moose. Please check out their website. I tell you, I have a few of these, and I have a sunflower, and these are just exquisite. So what I'm going to do with these is, if you're going to the Quilters Station retreat in September, I think it's September 8th, 9th, 10th, something.
Well, you're going to be there.
I'm going to be there
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to be there the second session. The first two people that come to me and either say snowman or Santa,
and you have to tell a joke.
Yeah, tell a joke. But anyway, you come up to me and you say snowman or Santa, and I'll give you these as a surprise. Okay.
And then we did have a giveaway last time.
We did.
Are you doing a joke first, or?
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a joke.
Is this a joke?
This is a real joke, okay? Okay, students went into class for the very first time. Hadn't really met the teacher or anything. And the teacher tells them, we're going to do a pop quiz. And the students moan and groan like, what the heck? Anyway, one little boy just was not ready to get back to school. So he takes the test, he reads the questions, and he writes OGK. He goes to the second question, and he writes for the answer, OGK. He did that. There was 10 questions. He did that on all the page and wrote OGK. So anyway, at the end of the class, the teacher calls him up to the front, and she says, I'm a little confused. I don't know your answers. You answered everything OGK. What does that mean? And he says, only God knows. So she graded his paper, and she said, God, 100%. You, 0.
That's cute. Very
And
cute.
then we'll do a bedtime story before then.
Okay. I don't think I showed this. This was also from. This was from
That's.
the woodpecker. This was from
I
Diane.
love.
These are so pretty.
I have.
Because I'm using mine already because I had trouble keeping hold of things. So I was carrying floss around on my chest yesterday, and I threw a needle everyone was looking for this needle, and Carolyn came back to her seat. She's like, "Oh, I have a needle here."
Oh, there it is.
Oh, this is stupid. I don't know how I did it. I don't know.
I love floss beds. I have them on the side of my couch. I stitch on my couch, and the chair goes back. But anyway, I have 3 floss beds sitting like, this is for midnight watch. This is for windmill. This is for,
so handy.
I love them.
It's so well made. I so love it. Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, should we do our
giveaway?
Our giveaways. I still haven't found mine. Oh, there it is. There's my Dutch alphabet that Roberta brought home for me. Thank you for being so good and bringing us home. I love Dutch and I love alphabets. And I know people are getting ready for the Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up shortly. So
Very fun.
Clara, I know you're from the Netherlands, so I think you're going. But anyway, have fun, Clara. So thank you for having a nice conversation with me. So
Okay.
all right.
I gotta go grab mine while you're doing that, I think.
I am sorry I don't have all the patterns with me, but I wanted to congratulate for the Bee Scap. This was the Primrose Cottage August 9 patch. Goes to Mary Lou for the Bee Scap. So congratulations, Mary Lou. And my next one, which again I forgot to bring in, I'm sorry, was for Happy. It says stitching makes me happy, and the word was happy. And that is the Needle Bling from Stitching Makes Me Happy. And congratulations to Beth Florentino. So congratulations. And the book that I did bring was my Christmas portraits. So, and this goes to Naomi Ingram from Huckleberry Stitcher. So congratulations, Naomi, and I'll get these out right away. And I did a boo-boo on my last giveaways. I got them mixed up. So I sent one to one girl and one to the other girl. I put it in the envelope and I forgot to write what it was. So I asked the mailman or post office, and I says, "Oh, which one has the lemon on it?" And he says, "That one." So that's the one that I sent. And when she got it, and I'm so sorry, Mary and Marion, I'm so sorry I mixed up yours. But thank you for being so understanding. And I've learned my lesson, and I'm going to be really careful from now on. Amen.
Yes. Okay, and well, I've done that before when I was doing patterns. I think when I was making my own patterns, I remember doing that, and they were so nice about it.
They were,
so
I know.
very nice.
Sorry for the mix-up.
So this was the keyword was itch, and this is going to Davy Evans.
Oh, Davy!
Davi.
I just talked to you this morning.
Okay. And then this, and I forgot one other thing. The Friendship Kit. And that's this one. Plus all the supplies is going to Deidre Campbell.
Yay! Now I talked to you too.
And then Bliss. Pattern for Bliss is going to Karen Christmas.
My girl with the favorite name. I love Karen Christmas.
Okay, forgot just a few things. One of the other things that we got from well, no, I guess this was from, I think this was from Barry. This was not part of the attic. Was this little packet of these stitching. Look at these stickers. I don't know where she finds those photos, but aren't those adorable?
Oh, let me see.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, I know those little girls.
Unhappy
Reminds me of the
little
Little
girls.
Rascals.
And then floss beans, the floss tag.
Oh my God.
Is that not hilarious?
That's hilarious.
I know. So,
Absolutely hilarious.
thank you. You want one?
Oh yeah,
There's
thanks.
two. So
Thank you.
maybe that was about the idea. Sherwin was a friend, so there you go. All right.
Oh, that's cute.
So I don't think we have a giveaway this time, but
No.
we will be back in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, we were gonna ask this last time. We forgot.
Oh, good. I'm glad you brought it. You're
Yeah.
bringing it up.
So if you have any questions for us, let us know. And if there's like a lot of people ask the same one, we'll answer it in our next floss tube. And otherwise, we'll just, we try to answer all of our comments individually. So we will comment back to you. But if there's anything you wanted to know about Linear
Yeah,
Made,
that's what I was going to say. We went over 7,100 subscribers, so thank you very much. And yeah, it's like we had some new subscribers since we started and kind of talked about ourselves. So if you'd like to know personal things, kind of, but please ask, and then when we get back together again, we can go through those and we'll answer your questions. So we're going to be very vulnerable.
yeah,
Hopefully not
people
too
have been
much.
very kind. We're
Yes.
been very, very fortunate.
So,
yeah, please if you like the content of our video, please like and subscribe and click the notification button, and that helps us keep in touch. And also let you know, especially if you've entered one of our giveaways, to check out our video, see if you were a winner, and notify us so that we can get those out to you.
Okay. I have a bedtime story.
Okay.
Anyway, on my car, that's how hot it was. So, gosh, come on, fall. Okay, here we go. This is titled, I Don't Want to Go to School. Early one morning, a mother went to her sleeping son and woke him up. Wake up, son. It's time to go to school. But why, Mama? I don't want to go to school. Give me 2 reasons why you don't want to go to school. 1, all the children hate me. 2, all the teachers hate me. Oh, that's no reason. Come on, you have to get up and go to school. Give me 2 reasons why I should go to school. Cut it off. Well, the answer is 1, you're the teacher, and 2, 1, you're 52 years old, and 1, you're the principal. So that's what you get for screenshotting. It cuts it off. Anyway, so welcome back to school, everybody.
Yes.
Study hard, get good grades, make good choices, be safe. We love you.
Eat your lunch.
Eat your lunch.
Yes, we do. And so we hope to be back so we kind of got off the schedule, so we will be back.
Well, I
in
guess
2
you
weeks.
should say, too, that we won't. Never mind. I answered my own question.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll be back shortly.
Yes.
So,
All
anyway,
right.
take care.
See you soon.
Bye.